The black and white has its own soil and makes the photography, and yourself in it as an eternal soul. This is an afternoon to the sun, with the sadness to the cheerful, with a handful of facts. There is a lot of pure air to the lukewarm gesture in your smile. Life is in an instant, the precise rhythm of coming and going, the body, the soul. We own nothing. We believe in one direction. We keep leaving, and many times without knowing the course. We're from the place that's not said. We include ourselves without realizing it. We see each other without looking at each other in silence, and we fall around the corner. It's a very good poem, Louise.
But you said something that really impressed me, because you were saying that it was not coming from what you're reading.
Oh, no.
From where it comes from? What do you see?
I have no idea. It just has its own way of doing, It does what it wants to do, not what I want it to do.
So you don't follow the written, you follow...
whatever it wants me to do.
Those are the muses.
I do not understand how you were able to keep writing poetry with facts of your existence are in your face. I find it really quite amazing. You seem to be able to not let it disturb your facility and ability to put these words on paper. I find with myself, perhaps, that it's very hard to do, because I think I start utilizing all that's not important. And for you just pay no attention and keep doing it. And I salute you for I am quite impressed with it. The poem really reaches out and grabs you once you start allowing it to be a part of you, to whatever it wants to be.
Something that you said really struck me.
That's when
you follow the poem by itself, but it's not what I wrote.
It does what it wants, not what I want.
When you recite, you're doing something that you follow the voice of the creativity.
It's doing. It's not I'm doing, it's doing.
Well, when I'm writing the poem, it's not me. I hear something else telling me the words.
Of course.
And you are hearing the same voice, or you're following something that is not there, but you follow the same thing that makes me write. And you are able to catch that same muse to lead you to recite it. That's what really...
The unconscious.
I wrote something about that voice, which is the unconscious, that it transcends you and me. But it put us together as you read the poem and as I wrote the poem.
What I'm experiencing, it's very hard to be old. And you.
How old are you?
I'll be 90 in 7 or 8 months. It's hard to be old if you allow it to get in the way of what is being said. And that's seems to be what we do. We get in its way. It's trying to say things, and we don't want to let it say it. I guess something like that. It's like what happened here, because if we go back and read it, we don't know who was saying this. The black and white has its own soil and makes the photography, and yourself in it as an eternal soul.
What it means for you, that? What it means?
It's very precise and has a definite structure and
Like the muses are trying to find the exact word that it goes.
Oh yeah,
You have no control.
absolutely not.
And what it means.
I probably, if I were sitting here and read it 10 times, I would probably, I would bet you 6 or 7 times were different every time.
What it shows you.
Yeah, the unconsciousness
It's
is.
beyond ourselves.
What it's trying to say is the unconscious is.
Are we in control?
Mm-mm. I have nothing to do with it.
Are we crazy?
No.
Are we creating art?
No, we have nothing to do with it. It has a sing-song way of going that is beyond our way of knowing.
I think it is like a pure manifestation.
Of the unconscious. So even though you're going to die and life is shitty and all that, it doesn't care.
No.
It doesn't get in the way of what it has to say.
Yeah.
It doesn't get in the way of what it has to say.
You know what I believe?
It doesn't allow us to get in the way of what it has to say. I'm going to write that down.
Wow.